Welcome to the Woke and Weird podcast, where we talk about all things weird and all things woke. I am your host, Tim.
Yo, what's good? I'm Goonie.
I'm Jake.
What's up? I'm Kade.
I'm Kemper.
I'm Trimmy.
And today we got some cool stuff for you in this episode, and this is our second episode on our YouTube channel where you can actually see our faces and see us moving our hands as we talk, you know, the regular
Gestures.
stuff. Gestures.
Like a swirling vortex.
We got an most embarrassing question, and then we're gonna probably talk about Soul, the movie that's released on Disney Plus recently. So, before we get into that, anyone got news to share of any kind?
I haven't heard much about it, but I heard there's like a voting thing going on in Congress right now in Georgia or something.
Just a tad.
Something like that.
As we're recording on January 3rd, the January 5th is the Senate vote where for senator and governor. Basically the whole thing is if governor wow. I can't even speak right now.
You want to start over?
Yeah,
You want someone else to do it
We should
for
probably
you?
just start over the entire thing.
No,
Yeah.
Really?
we're already going.
No, we're
The senator.
Are
you
Can't
live?
go backwards,
Fuck
only
gonna-
forwards.
Do it live!
Fuck it, we'll do it live! Here, Tim, just be better.
Yep, I got it.
Don't suck.
Wait, don't have me drinking LaCroix on live.
We're not
Hey,
sponsored.
they haven't sponsored us yet, Kemper. LaCroix.
On January 5th, we have an important
Hope you
election.
don't see it.
All right, everyone be quiet.
On January 5th, we have an important election that basically decides on the Senate if it's going to be Republican or Democrat, which is important for, at least if you're looking forward to stimulus checks, then you want to lean towards Democrat side, and if you're not, then Republican side. But that it's kind
Fuck
of
free money.
basically fuck free money.
Fucking needs it.
I'm a Republican, not a Republican.
I say no to new PCs in my town.
Don't tell them I'm going to spend money
Now-
on the PC. Come on now.
Oh, that's right.
I actually want more money, and there's definitely people that need it, but, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to give up too much of my taxes now that I'm making a decent salary, even though
Yeah.
I'm, like,
Yeah.
my philosophies lean pretty democratic, but I'm like, once it comes to my money, I'm like, ooh,
You mean our money?
our money. Hold on now, time to cough up. God damn it, I just started making money. Now I gotta pay it in.
I mean,
USSR theme.
technically, with the stimulus, we're not going to see radical changes like for paying taxes until later in the decade. So that's something to look forward to. So you know.
Yeah, and I'll be a millionaire
so we
by
have a little
then,
bit of a
right?
leeway.
So,
Oh yeah,
Exactly, you're good.
that's
With
everyone's
Bitcoin,
plan.
for sure.
Don't
I
even.
bought a couple coins.
Come on, that's a perfect segue into it.
Tell us about
So,
Bitcoin.
You know, I'm even with everyone keeps saying, "Oh, it's doing really well." I'm still so happy I haven't spent any money on cryptocurrencies. Like,
I've sworn to stay away from it ever since, you know, we all know the fiasco of 2016, I think it was.
I mean,
But
hype train.
Okay, so for those who don't understand what we're talking about, Bitcoin, which is basically a cryptocurrency, has reached to the all-time high of, what was it, 35?
no, it's around, I think from like this morning, it was around 34,000.
34,000
Probably 33. Yeah.
34,000 per coin. That's huge. That's thousands of percent up from when it started. But basically, it's just, I don't know, like when Kemper and I did a lot of that, the first hype, I didn't lose a whole lot, but I think it's a great idea. But I just don't think it's useful to us now, because, I mean,
Unless you're trying to buy like child porn.
I mean,
Come
I could
on.
buy it. I
Investment,
could
is
buy
that what
it.
you're trying to say? That investing in something that's got a really
Unless you're trying to buy drugs,
is a bad
unless you're
investment.
trying to buy
Look.
drugs or like look at child porn online,
I
then
see.
you don't need
Yeah.
Bitcoin, honestly. Or actually, you would want to use Monero.
All I know
whatever.
is if I had some of those coins, I could get an M1 Abrams tank full of cocaine. That seems
Basically.
pretty fucking valuable.
You could also get someone killed.
Yeah.
I think it was like I saw on the dark web once, like someone going through the dark web. It's like to get someone assassinated is like 10 grand. So if you have a Bitcoin,
Yeah.
that's 3 assassinations right there. That's
Damn.
I don't think it's. I think it's around 20 to 30 last time I checked. I mean, what?
It was
maybe
it was way
inflation, you know.
it was way higher, but I think the
Let's
use
contact Wayfair.
from
Well,
Right.
if you want to operate guys, then yeah. But you know, I'm on a budget. I can't kill everyone.
What if you could though?
Mm.
Start investing into Bitcoin.
We have a virus already trying to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Here it goes,
Ouch.
killing you.
Yeah. Here I go killing again.
Let's just get controversial all the way around. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. I love
What
it.
virus? I don't believe it. That's a hoax.
fake news.
Fake news.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's the China virus.
News, fake it.
They ate
Oh.
bats and fucked a pangolin, and now it's here. Damn Chinese.
Fuck a pangolin?
Oh.
You give it to her real good and hard.
Call back to our pandemic special.
Speaking of
Pandemic
giving it
special.
to her, speaking of giving it to her real good and hard, also, Nancy Pelosi's house got vandalized,
And Mitch McConnell.
and Mitch McConnell's. Yeah.
The turtle.
You know, I know it's not good to do that, but like at some point you got to imagine that if you're a senator or political figure that's in that position, you kind of got it coming.
Well, yeah, I mean,
In these
especially
times.
especially when Americans could have gotten $2,000 instead of, or could have gotten $2,000, but instead got $600, which that doesn't really cover rent for most people.
And they've been sitting over there talking about shit for, you know, what, 6-7 months now, while
Yeah.
people are fucking selling stuff to feed themselves.
Struggling.
It's kind of funny because I was watching a lot of the debates that were happening, and I'm not gonna lie, Bernie Sanders was basically burning every single Republican known to man. It was fucking hilarious because you just have Bernie, because he just has like the whatever the stand to put posters up, and it just shows Donald Trump's tweet and it says 2000 ASAP, and he's just like, look, this is American president wants. It was just funny, just boring political stuff, but yeah, and just the Republican side argument was like, oh, the richer people are gonna get some money in this, and that was really the only argument point. They kept objecting to passing, or at least getting a vote. There was no chance to actually vote on this bill because the Republicans kept blocking it for that reason. But so we're gonna sidetrack into I heard Kid Cudi got a new album.
He did.
It's
Man
a
on
pretty
the
fire
Moon
album.
3?
Man on the Moon 3.
Man's
I think
got
there's
a-
like
Don't
something-
call it a comeback. He's been here for years.
I haven't personally
Yeah.
listened to it, but is it like better than his other albums, or?
Way better.
I'd say it's on par with his first couple albums.
Yeah.
When he first got famous, yeah.
And he has just for curiosity, I don't know if you guys have. Has anyone listened to the album that he made with Kanye West?
Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah,
No.
Mm-mm.
A lot of people
skimmed
love
through
that,
it.
but
I skimmed through it, but not a whole lot, to be honest.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not the bangers that you'd expect from an album from both of them. But if you like, I viewed it like an independent movie, like two creative guys making an independent movie instead of going for a big budget blockbuster.
Right.
And if you took it for what it was, there was some really good shit on that album. And I was like thinking to myself, like, Kid Cudi still got it. He's still very personal, good rapper. And, you know, what got him that success in the first place was being honest about his problems in a time when everyone was being very fake and superficial in hip hop. And a lot of, I mean, especially like our generation, a lot of kids listened to Kid Cudi in high school and vibed out to him.
Oh, I resonate with that so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
just
knew every single word.
what you just said, Jake. Just listen to Day and Night,
Yeah.
and you
Pursuit of
hear
Happiness.
that Pursuit of Happiness. You hear it.
Soundtrack
You hear
to
it, and it's
Formula
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he basically kickstarted the emo rap genre.
Sad boy.
Pretty much.
I wouldn't say it's emo rap. He was definitely, well, stoner. It was.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Big
That
time.
was. I smoked so much weed to his music.
Yeah. He started like
A
with
lot of weed.
you know, he saw like Pursuit of Happiness. You know, he was in like they used his song for Project X, and that made him super mainstream.
Well, that was
Well, that
Oh,
was
man.
after his album had already kind of taken off, though.
Yeah,
Like,
and that was a Steve
like
Aoki.
Soundtrack to My Life was a big song too.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Day and Night was the one that was on the radio.
Mhm.
But like I knew a lot of guys that would like really vibed out to Soundtrack to My Life because like a line like I've got all these emotions pouring out of me. Like what other rapper was talking about that in 2011, 2010?
True.
No. Mm-mm. But
Apple
yeah.
bottom jeans. What do you mean?
Apple-
that the
Boots
critical
Fur.
success.
You didn't hear Birthday Sex?
Oh God. I forgot that song existed.
I'm good.
What was that
Actually,
guy's
J.
name?
Cole came out right around then, and that was he started out pretty poppy, you know, but he was still pretty good.
Yeah.
But I remember like J. Cole and Kid Cudi were like their first albums kind of came out around the same time.
Yeah. Do we have any sports news?
Yes.
My Ducks lost.
Oh,
Shame.
Wasn't
My
very
Bucks
good.
won.
Tampa.
You're a Ohio State fan now?
No, Bucks. Buccaneers.
oh,
Bay.
Tampa Buccaneers. Okay, cool.
Brady.
Cool.
I thought
Yes,
you were
that's
talking
true.
about like hunting, like my Bucks won.
I thought he was talking about
They
Ohio
shot
State.
me.
The
Damn.
Buckeyes.
They stuck on me.
Hit us with that hockey knowledge, Trimmy.
Oh, back during
Good take.
during the whatever. Thanks. During when hockey came back last year in the playoffs, they used a bubble format. You know, they sent everybody up to Canada, completely quarantined and isolated for 2 months. Like if you were there to the cup, you were alone for never saw your family. This year, they're kind of doing what baseball does, and they're having teams go to cities for like 2 games. Really interesting to see how that works out, because they don't have the revenue to sustain like other sport leagues do. They rely a lot on ticket sales, more so than any other sport.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really interesting to see how the vaccine comes out and how that affects them going forward, because they're not going to be able to sustain another year like this. Like, it's this.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think the NHL is in danger? Like they kind of hinge on this year.
It's.
This
I
is
don't
gonna
know
be
how
a
in
year they
danger
lose
it
a lot
is,
of
but
money.
they lost a lot of money last year, and they flattened the salary cap. Nothing changed. All the contracts are going down because you can't really go out and sign anybody.
Right.
The money isn't going up. Plus, they have a TV. Their big thing is NBC. Like their TV deal's about to expire. So if
Oh,
they
no.
canceled this year and tried to save money, they would have lost their TV deal.
And
So-
also, the media
Damn.
guys will pick up on this too. A year when the industry's changing from cable to streaming services.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the year that those moves happen. Like I don't know if cable's going to survive,
Every year it's gonna.
I hope not, personally.
and that's unfortunate for the NHL because, like what Trimmy's saying with their TV deals, I mean it's billions of dollars.
Especially with our generation.
hockey-
like, who the hell watches
It's
cable anyway?
Right.
Like, that's our age at least.
I don't.
I mean, there's like people with like the Verizon packages. That's all I can think of. But I mean, Verizon, even without cable, will survive.
Yeah.
I can't think of companies that will die unless if DirecTV is still a thing.
Direct
It is.
dish.
Yeah.
We have
Satellite.
it. We have it at my house. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
But
I mean, as our parents get older, there will be some company that is selling to them because they just don't want to change.
What if we got a streaming service, right? That put together all the other streaming services and we could watch all the shows on one program.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some
but-
profound
If
thinking.
only
What would
they
we call
weren't
it?
$1 billion worth of lawyers that are making
DirecTV
sure that doesn't
2.
happen.
DirecTV 2? What?
Direct.
Honestly, I just call it black box.
Honestly, that's a pretty good.
Right?
Black box.
Someone
It's
copyright
clean.
that.
It's clean.
Someone write that
out.
down.
They wouldn't
Someone
go
write
for
that
that
down.
because they want their like a streaming service wouldn't allow you to lump them with all the other streaming services.
I'm just making a joke about cable, Jake.
Legally.
Jake ain't having it. Jake ain't having hypotheticals up in this bitch.
No, he's not.
I'm not going to support a bad business idea. Then you're going to be $500,000 in the hole, and I'm going to be like, you should have listened to me.
What if we had right next to each other, like on a program, we had HBO, Stars, and fucking some fucking porn site. I don't know.
Hell
And
yeah.
you could go on the guide and click on each one, like at different times, and watch those like paid programs, dude.
Isn't that called the internet?
Or
fucking
literally any
cable.
streaming service.
Oh my god. I'm just
You're
describing
fucking
cable.
genius, Amber.
I think
Holy
the joke
shit.
went over your guy's head.
I went so far. Brent understood this from the
I
get.
got it the whole time.
Yeah. Everyone else was just like, "What? You couldn't do that. Copyrights and the fucking." No, I'm describing cable, just jokingly. I don't know. I'm
Do
gonna
you
go in
think-
a hole.
Do you think these cable providers will try to adapt and just like fail miserably?
They'll go
Do you
full
think they're just
circle.
gonna
They'll
be
go full
super
circle at
stubborn?
some time.
Yeah.
When the
don't
money
know.
stops coming in, yeah.
Basically, they're gonna see a decline every 10% per year. That's just how it's going down. Each year, it's 10% of people who transfer to digital. But like, we're always gonna have TV. I think TV is just gonna figure a way to package themselves into these streaming services. They have to survive because they give, I guess, different content. But I don't know. It's kind of a weird game with them because there's money.
It's
There's still
local
money,
news and
but
sports. That's the thing that's keeping them alive.
You're forgetting
Yeah.
soap operas.
Yeah.
No,
Chicago Fire.
you laugh, but that's
At
actually
Chicago Man,
huge.
at Chicago
I know.
PD.
What's her face? Elon Musk's sister runs a production company in Atlanta, and she just signed up for like 40 soap opera movies to be filmed here,
Oh.
and they've done really well.
Yeah.
Ew.
So that's why, like,
You guys remember who here watched Blue Mountain State?
yeah, I
I
did.
watched that.
That's a good show.
I fucking love that show. But you know, like the main character, what was his name? Alex.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he's in soap operas.
Yeah, he's in a
Right.
major soap opera. Like he's in a big one.
Oh, really?
Is it like
Yeah.
Young and the Restless? That's the biggest one I can think of. That's one.
It's
my
like
mom
it's
watches.
something along those lines. But
Yeah.
like if you turn on like a soap opera, like if you're every time I've seen a soap opera, it's just on the TV randomly because no one's been watching it.
Isn't
Like they
isn't-
just left the TV on.
Isn't Days of
What?
Our Lives like 50 years old or some shit? Like it's
Something like
insane.
that, yeah.
Young and the Restless is super old too. That's been
Yeah, like a lot of them, like
Six.
of our children or whatever the fuck it's called too. Like that's
Yeah.
like super freaking old. Like what the hell? Why?
But he's like making bank on one of those shows. So
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was like, where did he go?
Are you
I
proud
mean,
of your work?
all
though?
day, every day too.
Yeah.
Why
like,
would you
all-
need to be proud of your work if you're banking on shit?
So
And
yeah, the only thing I could say about soap operas is no, you're not proud of like the work you put in, but you are I'm pretty sure you're filming every day, like every single day, because they come out with a new episode daily.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's like
that schedule must be
bunch,
kind of intense.
and there's a
Yeah.
bunch of grannies gushing over you because
Yeah.
you got a bunch of like gilfs out there that's just willing, pretty much.
And then,
Oh,
part of me wishes that elderly people use the internet so I could see all the comments about new gay and lesbian relationships.
Yeah, Facebook.
Just go on.
It's called
Just go on.
Facebook. That's right.
I hope no one sees this over on Reddit site, but just go on r/conservative.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We'll be.
How's that subreddit?
Which one?
It's a mess.
R
All
slash
the
conservative. Oh, I'm
They're a
curious.
mess.
I've never seen it.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
I'm kind of wanting to go there since you're
Oh,
telling me
go
not
ahead.
to go there.
Go. I'm just saying, don't go there. But I mean,
Go,
go
go,
ahead.
no,
and go
no.
there.
For a really good time, go to r/Trump supporters.
Oh,
That's a
Oh, no.
That's a real
Actually, wait.
one.
Didn't they went private? Didn't they?
Of course they did.
One of
know.
those.
They
I
get
remember.
fired for what they're saying.
I remember one specific subreddit for Trump or something went private because they kept getting like blasted or something like that.
well, yeah,
Not
because
surprised.
You're just fucking asking for.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
Trimmy says his laptop's having an aneurysm.
oh,
I like
Oopsies.
Trimmy's profile picture.
Me too.
I never noticed that until now.
but we will be right back after this commercial break, and we're back. Wowzers!
What's good?
That was interesting.
Wowzers, that was interesting.
What was interesting?
Yeah,
Tim?
So much,
Wow.
Just
Oh,
so
good golly
serious.
gee.
Wowzers.
so much knowledge.
Fucking bonkers.
I think Kade kind of brought this up in our group chats recently, but this movie called Soul. Who's seen Soul, the movie, on Disney Plus?
You mean
I
that
did.
new Pixar movie
I
that
have.
dropped on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
That movie, yes.
Find this
Wow.
this Pixar movie.
Not the music genre.
No.
Oh, you mean the Mandalorian app?
Oh, that's what it was.
Ah.
Yeah. Soon
That's
to be the
right.
WandaVision app.
Yes.
Yeah. Should I go?
I liked it.
Yes, Cade.
I like it. I love Trimmy.
I like it. Yeah.
All right,
Trimmy, what did you think about it?
I thought it was a fucking banger. No way around it. It's like so funny and so witty, but it's also really mature and heartfelt. You just don't see it coming. It's gonna be this really funny, oh, I gotta get my soul back. And at the end, you're like, damn, this is really heartfelt and moving. Little too deep for kids, probably, but that's okay. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle
Buy your
were saying
Bitcoin
their
first.
kids watched it and were not really vibing out to it, but they really liked it. So
Yeah, something tells me that movie was not developed with kids in mind. I think
No,
it was
not a
definitely
chance in the
developed
world.
for like young adults to adults that are kind of searching for their way.
which
And yeah,
I'm
you're
fine
right.
with.
Yeah.
I mean, we've taken a long time in America to get to that point of telling stories to adults through animation.
About
They've been
damn
doing it in
time.
Japan since the 80s, but we're
Mhm.
like, no, we can't sell that. Well, actually, I take that back. We've always done well with like slapstick comedy animated TV shows.
Simpsons, Family Guy,
Yeah, Family Guy,
Mhm.
and
South Park.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, Soul was so fucking good. Came out of nowhere. Just like
It did. I didn't even hear of it
Yeah.
before.
I mean,
watching
I
it.
had seen
mean,
the first time I had heard of it was like on a commercial on TV when I was at work.
mhm.
And it had come on and I saw like Jamie Foxx and it was like a behind the scenes look and I saw a guy playing piano and I'm like, oh cool, a new like a Disney short. I didn't know it was like a full-fledged Pixar film. I had no idea. So it just kind of like swooped up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And it has. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's got some banger people that help produce and make it. Like fucking Trent, I didn't even know. I thought the score was amazing in it. If you listen to like the small techno songs they have while he's like falling and everything too. Trent Reznor was part producer in it. and I didn't even notice that until I watched the credits.
He's a composer.
Composer, my bad.
It was another guy who did helped him with like the piano rhythms, but like he did a lot of like the electronic score, and I think that was perfect because, and that kind of ties into because they wanted like some real like piano rhythms like during like when he was in the real world like for that kind of soundtrack, and then like some electronic like futuristic sounds for when he's in like the spiritual world, and like. And I thought that was super interesting because when this movie first dropped, like as a trailer, I saw like it was like about this music teacher and like he was in the real world. He was like trying to find his passion for music. And I was like, oh shit, this looks kind of interesting. And then I saw like he like died or something, and then he fell into the spiritual world. I'm like, motherfucker! Like I kind of want another like Ratatouille, where like yeah, like it's a talking rat, like that's far fetched as hell, but like it was about like a passion, and it was about like a simple passion, about like a simple obstacle. And like them adding all this complex spiritual shit to like this music teacher's journey, I thought it was like fuck, like whatever, like I might give it a watch. But I think it was such a beautiful combination of like a real world journey along with a spiritual journey, and like they dove into a lot of complex like factors of like what's in the afterlife, like what it means to live, and I thought it was very, very well done.
Such creative world building, in my opinion.
Yeah,
with
especially
the great before and the great beyond, and the middle, which is Earth. Like I thought that was incredibly creative and executed really well. They didn't lose me at all. Like it's kind of hard to keep the attention and focus when you have something like that complex, but they really did a good job of just like keeping simple yet complex at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with all the Jerrys. And then Terry. Terry was low-key my favorite fucking character. That guy
She was from that voice actor, if anyone's seen the Hunt for the Wilder People. Taika Waititi's,
wait, did I see that? No, I didn't.
Earlier movie. She's a good character in that. So
I've heard of it.
It was good role.
The movie was surprisingly funny too. Like I found myself actually like kind of laughing out loud a few times.
Now I loved the Knicks line. The joke about the Knicks. That was
funny as fucking thing.
I wasn't really laughing at the humor that much.
Oh really?
Really?
I was like, all right, it's time to laugh, but I wasn't laughing that hard.
The thing that cracked me up the most was like when Jamie Foxx like first like they switched bodies and he was in the cat. He was like, well, where's the cat soul? And then it just cuts to the fucking cat.
And he's just like, he's just staring.
Then the cat comes back in the body because it's Disney and we can't commit to that joke.
Yeah. No, I think
that might be too dark.
I think it would have been way funnier if, like, when he got back to his body in the subway, the cat just fucking died. Just dead. Just super fucking dead. Just
my god.
And, like, that old lady, you know how she had the kennel? Time to come back home, just dead.
Looks at the owner.
I think that was what they were trying to do.
But probably
like, Disney probably came in later and said no.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
no
way they were going for
I could
that.
totally see that, yeah.
Because, I mean, like, we talked about, like, and I think this is good. Like, they were definitely making a movie for older people in this. So, like, I
still don't think they would have killed the cat off.
No, not a chance.
Nah.
That's Pixar.
You kill a person off before an animal.
Which is fucked up. That's super fucked up.
Dude, you'll watch a war movie or whatever and see fucking people getting blown up to bits, and you're like, oh, whatever, fuck this. And you see a dog die, and you're just like, crying your eyes out.
I Am Legend.
Scrap the whole movie.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for a movie that's 10 years old now.
That's true.
It's got to be more than 10
watch
years
it.
now.
Fucking
I think it's just shy
Skip
of a
to the
decade.
timestamp below.
You want to avoid spoilers. But yeah, I thought that was
It was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, no.
more
so I
of
thought
that Pixar.
Compared
Yes,
to, anyone
100%.
seen the last movie they made, Onward? Anyone
Yeah,
see that movie?
I
heard
seen
it was
it.
Fucking
No.
Dad with the Pants. I hated that movie. I watched that again, like kind of with the family, and I'm like, this is fucking terrible. I am losing my faith in Pixar. And then I watched this, and I'm like, okay, this is a deep movie. You know what it reminded me of? The themes reminded me of American Beauty. Like
Yeah.
like the simple
That's true.
things. Don't don't get caught up
Oh,
in all
yeah.
the bullshit. And I thought this is good storytelling.
The director
the original
of,
storytelling that they started with in Toy Story.
yeah, the director of Soul, he's done arguably Pixar's best movies. He did Monsters Inc., Up,
Oh.
and he's he's done another one. Oh,
I thought you
and
were
was
gonna
it
say
Incredibles?
Ratatouille.
Inside
No.
Out. No, Brad Bird did an Incredibles, which is incredible. That's probably my favorite Pixar movie.
Oh, okay.
But Pete Docter kind of dives more into like the deep, complex, might go over some kids' heads, but still entertaining. Like he keeps that combo rolling, and he's been on a roll lately. Like he's been on it since Monsters Inc. And if you think about it, like Monsters Inc., Inside Out, Soul, like that's risky for Pixar, like in terms of ideas and the complexity of it. But he
I
makes
think
it
Soul's
work,
very
and
risky.
I love it. Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely a risk. Do you think they'll end up losing money on it?
I think they're
Probably.
gonna win an Oscar for
Oh,
it,
yeah.
for sure.
I think it'd be
Oh,
a
yeah.
crime if they don't get
I
nominated.
think because remember when Mulan was released on Disney Plus, but they charged like an extra 30 bucks. to see
Yeah.
it. I think that failed miserably, and
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
so they just released Soul, which is a Pixar movie, for free.
Which is probably good because they might have lost a little bit of money off of it if it came out in theaters because it's geared
Right.
towards an older audience, and then you're not getting like 5-year-olds and a mom. You're just
Well,
getting like 20-year-olds.
You're getting more our age range for sure. Like Ray and I, Ray just got Disney Plus just to watch the movie
Mhm.
because she really wanted to watch the movie. So I feel like some people might do that. So a lot of people might do that because they hear more and more people are going to hear how great this movie actually is. And they're going to just end up buying it for maybe a month even, but still that's $7 a person. Or $7 or $10 a person. It's a lot of people that get streaming services, and then they're like, oh, I can watch Mandalorian too. Then they'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Disney has the resources to continue making content to where they're not losing money, but as long as they make money from having the reoccurring subscribers,
Subscription fees. Yeah.
then they can turn a profit because like Mandalorian, for example, that was like the big catalyst, and like you don't need so much film crew to be on set the whole time. Like that whole stage is just one giant green screen and almost like a 360 surrounding, and like that saved them over $100 million in like location and everything else. So I think it's just like another factor, and like animation could just be done at home instead of in a giant studio.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know if they
Yeah, I
saved
can
that
see
much, but like, because all of that goes to visual effects in animation. But I think,
Well, yeah.
like that does cut down a lot of cost in terms of just going to a location and paying for your crew, paying for their meals, paying for transportation, paying.
It's a lot.
You are paying a lot for all those After Effects and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there is money to spend on that.
You're going to be spending money on visual effects anyway if you go to
That's
a
true.
location. So
So-
but I get the no.
So
But if the more digital, the more the load will be on that end.
yeah.
Right.
So I just pulled this up, but it's been 13 months since Disney Plus released, and it's been expected that the platform has reached over 60 to 90 million subscribers in under 13 months, and they're forecasting it to be 230 million to 260 million by 2024.
I
So
believe
just
it.
So they've made by then that well over. You said 2024.
So let's just say 70 million or 80 million right now, and they're forecasting to have about 230 to 260 subscribers for Disney Plus,
That's over triple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
and that's
So they've already made $1 billion. So
yeah, that's around $8 to $12 per month.
And I think they probably realized with Soul, it's like, all right, they figured out what Netflix figured out, which is we don't need to release this stuff in a theater so long as they're staying on our platform and paying us every month.
Another reason why theaters are in deep shit. Like
That's like what
when
Warner
you have
Brothers
big
did.
companies like Disney that are putting like their top dogs like Soul for free on their streaming service, like
It's not
Dude,
good. It doesn't look good.
no, fucking
Was
Rip
it-
Eagle?
Wait, is it the people making Dune? Was it Warner Brothers or 20th
yes.
Century?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Warner's the people that are releasing all the movies and stuff on HBO.
right.
Yeah,
At the
So
same time, right?
I saw something about that. Like I know last time we were talking about how Gal Gadot is kind of, and a lot of actors and a lot of directors were really pissed because their income revolves around those ticket sales. But like I think like last week or maybe this past week, I saw something about like they're kind of delaying the HBO Max release date like a week after the theatrical release date. Did anyone see that? Is that-
No.
I haven't seen that, but they're planning just to release it on both on
at the
theater.
same, I heard
Yeah.
at the same time, but I
Yeah.
saw like that Wonder Woman was getting released on HBO Max like a week after the theatrical release. I could
No,
I could have
it
seen
was-
that wrong or something.
It was released on Christmas Day.
It was on the same day. Okay.
Yeah, they apparently people still went to the theaters apparently, and they made a record. Like I think they made $17 million in one day on Christmas Day or something like that, which is not really profitable.
No, not really.
No.
Compared to,
Because how much they probably spent
Yeah.
200 mil on that.
I have to look it up real quick,
how
but
much, and how much to reserve space at theaters for
Yeah.
their movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, no way.
And it's
Feels
still
bad.
trash.
Times a changing.
They are changing. Theaters are fucking dead.
So getting back to Soul, this is kind of a hot take that I wanted to shoot out there.
Oh, no.
Because I really liked Soul based off of the last Pixar movies I'd seen. And just as like a little like side question, I think this might be Pixar's last great movie. I think this might be like the end of their run. It kind of felt so, Kade, like for me, this felt like a good old man Scorsese movie. Like I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm for it. Like this is good, but I'm kind of thinking in the back of my head, like it might be over. Like this might be the last one that I really like and appreciate before it all starts to just be a cash grab.
Trimmy, what do you think of this? I think this is a good Trimmy question.
I think it's unpredictable. I mean, Pixar's like not consistent, but they don't go extremely long droughts without making a bad movie. I can certainly see where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong. I can't buy it. It's just like, I don't know. Disney seems to have the thing right there. Disney and Pixar. Every now and then they'll just make a banger, no matter what.
well,
But they're not coming out as the bangers aren't as consistent
That's
as
true.
they used to be.
Yeah.
They come
And
out, but
all
they're
the
not
crew
like
that
every
made
year.
those old Pixar movies that were the big bangers are getting older, and the next generation is coming in now to do this. I think this is the tail end of that original crew that made all that stuff.
Because the best directors from Pixar are Andrew Stanton, Pete Docter, Brad Bird. Those are the big three. Like everyone else, like I mean, with the exception of maybe Coco, like all the other directors are kind of forgettable. But I think as long as you have those three and you give them almost or complete full creative control, if you give them anything, like just say, hey, make a new movie, Pixar will fucking animate it. Like I think Pixar will have like once every maybe couple years you'll have a banger. Because I think
How old are those guys?
they're getting pretty old.
I mean, they're still relatively young in terms of director years because directors tend to be old anyway. But because I think
But
Pete
they
Docter's
also
like in his
they
in their
25 to 50. Around
Pete-
50 is when
no,
they
I
start to decline.
I think Brad Bird, Andrew Stanton, and Pete Docter are like kind of. I think they're in either late 40s or in their 50s. Like
Brad Bird's 63.
Brad Bird's
Is he really?
63.
Holy shit!
Holy fuck! All right, well maybe.
I'm telling you, we're getting into the bad Spielberg years of these
that's
people's
true.
lives.
We're watching Lincoln.
Okay, so
no.
I'll back up Trimmy. I'll back up Trimmy. I'll say unpredictable. But I do think that Pixar still got some great room for potential. I think they're gonna come out with a few more bangers. But unless they find like another Andrew Stanton or another Pete Docter or another John Lasseter, or another Brad Bird, I think Jake might be right. I don't know. But I will forever
I'm making
love
a
Pixar.
prediction that this is the last good movie for Pixar.
I haven't really said what I thought about the movie, but
Okay, go for it.
I know Jake and I have talked about it a little bit last night, but like I kind of agree with Jake. I didn't really feel that this was a great movie. I mean, I didn't really laugh at a lot of parts besides the whole swapping thing and the Knicks, whatever, the sports joke or whatever. I don't know. It just didn't. I was just like, I mean, it got my attention, but I wasn't like gung ho about the whole movie. I don't know. Just It wasn't like the Pixar movies that I used to watch. I guess I don't know.
Right.
I'm kind of indifferent about it.
I think it was ambitious.
Yeah.
And I commend
yeah.
that ambition. But it was definitely like we're veering off from the path, which I commend. I think they should do more of that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
What
just
they did before.
I just didn't. I don't know. Just wasn't for me. For that movie.
I think Jake's projection will come true if we start seeing Soul 2, Soul 3,
Yeah,
Cars 5.
Don't put that curse on me.
Jamie
Don't put that
Foxx,
curse
we're
on me.
giving you another chance. Jamie Foxx makes it and fucks his soul in the asshole for the paycheck. Soul 2, we don't have any. We're Disney. Get fucked.
No, just call it asshole.
Honestly,
Soul.
I'd like to see a Soul 2 where he's actually in hell and then he has to fight
Hell?
the devil for his soul back.
Hell!
Hell. I'd watch that probably. Soul 2, let's do it.
No, I want to see the little ghost that they gave like all of the most horrible fucking human traits. I want to see what he's doing.
Oh my god, I
He or
laughed
she.
so hard at that
You're
part.
looking at it.
And they're like, maybe we should stop making those.
Maybe we should stop sending
gonna be
everybody
your
into
asshole.
those ones.
22 is what OJ is the reason OJ killed his wife and the waiter.
Please.
Oh god.
What if
No,
OJ was a mentor?
Oh God.
No,
I don't
what if
know.
Michael Jackson was a mentor? Oh no.
Oh no.
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 Oh, no, I
He
didn't
would
even think
love
of
that
that.
place with that all those.
Ooh.
Yeah, that cuddly place would be his sanctuary.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Let's
I forgot. Michael Jackson's that his whole mansion Fantasyland thing got sold, or someone
What?
bought it.
So I read this thing about just like how much Michael Jackson was worth dead, like how he was, because he would impulse buy all this really nice art, and because he's such a creative genius, he can like see what the good art is that's going to be good down the road. And then the way the art works too is once someone famous has owned it, it goes up in value. So like he would impulse buy all this shit and it would immediately double and triple in value because Michael Jackson owned it.
Yep.
And like all the family members were like, well, you know, let's when you gonna kick the bucket there, Mike? We're
Okay, quick
covering
question.
up all your pedophilia. I think paychecks due to Tito.
Quick question: did R. Kelly buy the mansion?
Oh.
Aw.
No, he
Whoa,
sold
whoa,
his
whoa.
masters to one of his victims. He needed to silence one of his victims, so he sold the rights to his masters. So when you play all of his music, you're actually funding one of the victims that he molested.
Holy
That's
shit.
actually pretty awesome.
And he's like, "Oh, I'll just make that up on
Right.
tour." Well, you're gonna get canceled, you fucking dumbass. That real stream's gonna get cut off.
Jeez. How'd we go from
Wow.
Soul to fucking R. Kelly?
You
Hey,
know,
R.
Everything
Kelly.
goes back to R. Kelly.
everything always went. Fuck.
Love it.
Well, before we talk about more R. Kelly, we're going to go to a commercial break real quick. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Hell yeah, we are, brother.
Yeah.
Anyone got a most embarrassing school story or work for Brent's case?
I'm gonna go first this time because I think you'll enjoy this. So Kemper, you know my old band teacher in high school.
Yes, I do.
Crazy. We're not naming names.
Crazy man.
Crazy
Nope.
guy. He's okay. Just has quite the passion for music. It's expressed in different ways. So one day, I was in percussion, played the drums. Pop pop. So we were practicing for one of our
What did you play?
the drums. Pop pop.
Okay, now I get it. Okay.
Thank you. So yeah, so we were practicing for one of our concerts, right? And since percussion class and band class was split up, we'd have to listen to a recording of the band playing it. So we had these huge fucking speakers, fucking things this big. This one was right next to my ear. So he goes to reset the stereo when we're playing it, right? And he cranks it up. I'm going deaf in this ear. I can't hear. He's pointing, saying where we're starting in the song, so I just kind of guess, right? So, I just start on a random point of the song, I start hitting along. I make him so mad because I messed up so bad. Dude walks to the side, kicks the door off the stereo, and then goes into an office, slams the door. I'm standing there petrified. I have no idea what's going on. Every single person is laughing once he closes the door. And I'm there what the fuck just happened to me?
So you went deaf in one ear and just were so off key that he just raged. Just got tilted off the face of the earth. That's amazing.
He's yelling the numbers and I can't hear them because the stereo's right in my ear.
It was not quite his tempo.
It wasn't his tempo. I can tell you that.
I was so terrified of this band guy because I was in musical for 1 year, and I got it right most of the time just because I was scared.
I forgot you were a musical.
Yeah, this guy's insane.
He generally loved me, and I'll never know why because there were people 8,000 times better than me. But it is what it is.
Because
Trimmy,
you're a
everyone
team
loves
player,
you.
Trimmy, and you probably did the work when he told people to do work.
Band,
Probably.
what work is there to do? I went pop pop.
Give me a
But
pop
that's
pop.
that.
Give me that bass pedal.
Giddy giddy pop pop and a boom 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 boom.
No.
That's that. Though.
Me over here.
Skilly pop pop bang bang.
Pretty quick maths. Good story.
Next.
Good story.
That was a good one, Trimmy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
Thank you.
Transitioning to that, quick side story. My music teacher, I think he was an alcoholic. Not just
most
I
teachers.
drink in my off hours, but I'm drinking during class, kind of alcoholic.
In the coffee.
Because one time, me and my friend Ben, we would play guitar, right, in the guitar part of the band, and we showed up, and this is in middle school, right, elementary, middle school. This is not a high school teacher, in Catholic school, and we come in, and the whole place just reeks of alcohol, and me and my friend Ben are we know that smell. We have parents who drink a lot of alcohol. I know what that smells like. And my friend Ben just asked him, he's like, hey, Mr. Baird, what's that smell? And his face just gets really red, and he's like, cinnamon. And no, it's not. I know what cinnamon is. I made waffles. I know what it smells like. But yeah,
I make waffles.
then he
I
went on a
wonder if
really
in his
long
mind-
tangent about how he almost worked with Elton John, and then now he's teaching. So
That kind of music teacher.
good
no.
life,
Put-
right?
I told you to put cinnamon in his waffles.
But along those lines, I think it was pretty similar year to that, maybe a year later. That was 5th grade, and 6th, 7th grade. Everyone in Catholic school said that if you masturbate, you're going to go to hell. So I'm thinking like that
Naturally.
doesn't sound too good. I'm gonna hold this in for a minute, you know. so I didn't for a while.
You brave soul.
And I don't know why these fucking dipshits in the church say that, because I would walk around class with erections 24/7.
No.
And I thought if I cranked it, I'm gonna be sucking Satan's dick for eternity. So, you know, I don't want to do that. So I remember one time we were in math class, and I knew how to do the equation on the thing, and she'd always ask like kids to come like finish the equation on the board, and like I was just throbbing. Like it was just really hard. Like 5 minutes before, and I know she's gonna call on me. I know it. And I'm sitting next to my friends. They're like sitting right behind me, right? And she's like, "Jake, do you want to finish the equation?" And I'm like, really not giving the body language that I want to, but like it's not really an option. So I literally just remember taking a deep breath, like just walking straight up there with a full-blown hard on, and like finishing the equation, coming back, sitting down, and all my friends just laughing. And then, but I got it right, so fuck that teacher.
You didn't even tuck it in the waistband, dude.
No, not even.
Right. That was the play
it was
whenever I
like
to the
as
board.
straight in tight Catholic school pants as it could be. It was very cringy.
Jake, that was
Can
just
you
a
finish
power
the
move.
equation? Nah, I need to finish.
Yeah, give me a minute.
So you just had blue balls that entire year because
Pretty much.
you had a cummy ache.
Yeah. I could have talked to
Cade,
one of the priests and taken
stop.
care of that, but I'm like, yeah, no.
Took you
Wow.
$0 to say that, and you still did it.
I hate you. Oh my god.
Whew. Corona.
Thank you, Jake. That was
a good
That
story.
was
that was
That was
Yeah.
great.
It's
We
funny
could wrap
because
it up, I think.
Probably my second most embarrassing story involves an erection in high school.
Well,
So
let's
Oh, wow.
let's
it's
leave.
not
Let's.
it's not my first, so
Aw.
we'll see.
Well, let's just continue it. Keep up the erection
Okay,
train.
fine, I
Let's do
guess.
this.
Well, I'm not gonna tell the erection story. It's actually basically the same. Like the teacher called on me to like present, but I was on crutches, so I didn't even have the excuse of tucking it in the waistband because I had to use my crutches. So like I just had a straight up erection during the presentation while I was on crutches.
I can just imagine you on crutches,
I just couldn't.
just slowly going up to the board in shame.
Like the only thing I could do is like, I can hunch over. Like I can hunch over and like kind of put my ass out, like kind of hides my boner a little bit. But that was all I had. I think
really
I still,
like leap into that.
yeah, pretty much. Well, okay, so that's probably my second, but this one also took place my freshman year of high school, which is the same year as the erection story. But so I was in study hall my freshman year, and our teacher was a real bitch. I really can't even remember her name, but like she would not let us talk at all. So like it was complete like silence for like an hour and a half. And so I knew nobody in this class. I was a freshman. Everyone else was like juniors and seniors. And so basically everyone just either did homework or slept. And so there's a kid in front of me. His name was Nick. He was a pretty cool dude, but like he just mostly slept like every day during that class. So he was just doing his thing, you know, sleeping. And like I'm just chilling. I'm either doing homework. I can't really remember. But all I remember is that I really had to fart. And like I went to the bathroom kind of somewhat recently, so I couldn't fucking go to the bathroom. I couldn't be like, hey, can I go to the bathroom again? Because the teacher was a bitch. She wouldn't let us go to the bathroom more than once. So like I really had to fucking fart. Like really bad. And so what I tried to do was like I tried to make it silent because I just couldn't fucking handle it anymore. Like I had to fart really bad. And so I tried to make it silent. So what I did was I tried like I scooted like my ass to where it was like hanging over the seat, and so I spread my ass cheeks like on the seat to like make it to where like my fart will come out silent. That was literally my fucking game plan.
Everyone's just looking at you with an ass cheek on the
Literally,
fucking chair.
that was literally my fucking game plan. And so, like, I scooted over, and I'm like, all right, we're fucking good to go. And then, like, I let it out just a little bit, and then it just goes, like, I swear to God, like, everyone looks in my direction, and, like, people just start snickering. And then, like, in my panic, I just, like, looked at everybody, and then I looked at Nick in front of me. He was sleeping. I went, oh. And so I basically Nick was in front of me sleeping, and everyone started fucking laughing at Nick.
Oh, God.
So it was a little bit of an embarrassing story, but it's more or less of a close call. But I thought it still qualified as like an embarrassing story. But yeah, I fucking straight up blamed it on Nick, and Nick had no idea because he was asleep.
Okay, it's a
So,
fucking
yeah.
dagger in the shadows. Damn. Into the crowd. Just like, oh, wow. Dude.
I just went, ugh.
So I'm glad you told the fart story, because you actually remind me of a viable school story that's relevant, also a fart story. But first, I want to take a note or a page off of Jake's book. I also have a really funny story. It's not an embarrassing story about the music room, but you guys all know Joe, my buddy Joe,
Yes.
lifelong friend. He moved
Great
in with
guy.
you guys, great guy. But our thing was when we would have study halls, music room with the new teacher. Her name was Mrs. Kade. I probably shouldn't say names. Never mind.
No.
Yeah, never mind.
Fuck Nick.
What a save! What a save!
Yeah, what
What is it? What is it?
But our thing was there were these really stupid flies on the big ass window. We were on like the third floor of the building, so it's like these big ass windows that were overlooking the football field and stuff. Sorry. And
But-
so there were these big flies.
Seeing
and-
shadows again, huh, Brett?
yeah. See, so what Joe and I would do is take pieces of Scotch tape and tape the flies to the window. So after a while, point where the teacher would walk back there, and like she had no idea that we were doing this for almost a quarter of the semester, right? And she would just walk back and just be like, what the fuck? There's like this massive fly graveyard of just flies taped to each huge window, and there's like, we're talking hundreds of flies scotch taped to the fucking windows. And all I can remember is just the janitor coming in, hating his fucking knife because he has a putty knife, just scraping off all these taped flies off the window, just absolutely despising his job. But so that's my funny music room story. But my embarrassing school story is similar to Kade's, where it was a fart story, but it's me and my buddy Brett. And Brett is also another lifelong friend. You guys all know. But we were sitting next to each other in a science class. I think it was like 10th or 11th grade. And we were sitting directly next to each other. And being a homie, Brett whispers to me, I think we were doing like a study hall, maybe even, it wasn't a test. It was probably just like study hall or homework or something. And he whispers to me, Brett, yo, I got a fart. What? I got a fart. I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? He's like, I need you to flip the desk. What? He's like, I need you to flip the desk. This is going to be a loud one. I'm like, what? Why would I do that? He's like, it'll create a distraction. No one would even know I farted. So I'm like, okay, this is a fucking plan. All right. So our plan was on the count of 3, right? He went on 0. I went on 1. So it went exactly as I would have described it exactly how it went. So we go 3, 2, 1. I flip the desk. It's super fucking loud, and Brett just tears ass afterwards. So I loudly flip the desk. Everyone just looks at me. Just fucking tears ass, just like loudly as possible. And Jesus. Needless to say, we both got detention. So not only did we completely fail to go incognito, we just failed in general. The whole plan for me, there was too much pressure.
What
on
the
me,
teacher
totally,
do? Like what?
she was fucking mortified. It was one of those elderly teachers, you know, one of the old ladies, one of the
Holy
old
shit.
guard. I always called them the old guard, but.
I haven't laughed till I cried in a long time.
Improper planning and horrible execution. That's how I describe that currently.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, that was funny as fuck. I'm glad we
my
both
God.
have fart stories.
Yeah, thank you, kid. You remind me. I was gonna remind me of the best fart story I remember.
Oh Jesus.
I don't want to follow that one.
Yeah. Imagine trying to close to that.
Right.
All right, Kimber or Tim.
All right.
I mean, mine's going the other way around, not your farting stories. So,
Someone was fucking you in the ass.
yeah,
Hey.
I
I knew you had that in your past.
yep, I just had to spread them
You
out.
had it in your ass.
Okay, I guess I'll just go so I'm not making it fun of myself.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not taking up the ass, but basically, okay, this is a elementary school story. So my parents had their anniversary, and they had my Uncle Bobby. I stayed over at my Uncle Bobby's for a couple of days, so he took me to school and back, obviously. But during this time, he taught me a brand new skill, was to burp on command. Just whenever.
I thought that was going a complete different direction.
So did I. So did I.
100%.
Oh boy. Anyway,
Sorry.
Jesus, you sick fox.
Tapping into the trauma, huh?
And so then when my parents picked me up, Uncle Bobby was telling them about that I learned this new skill, and my mom's like, "Oh, great, cool." And so I go to this. I go back to elementary school, right? And this is when I had a best friend named Hunter, and we always did shit together during like lunch and whatever. So it was lunchtime, and this is when all the boys sat on one side and all the girls sat on one side on different tables. And so I felt so proud to teach the skill to Hunter. So we were burping and whatever, and then Mrs. Jones comes in and slams her hand on the table and says, "Stop! Don't do that again." And as soon as she left, then we kept going. I stopped, and then poor Hunter. He did it once, and then he did it for the last time, but this time was like not like other times. When he did it, he threw up, but it wasn't like a normal throw up. It was a projectile vomit.
Yeah.
It hit the table. It ricocheted off the table and hit the girls on the other side. So
Hell yeah.
so you just hear these poor girls' death screaming on the top of their lungs. Their police, not police, but like the campus security was over. All the teachers were coming. The principal was coming, and everyone was just surrounding our lunch table. And so obviously I got in trouble, and Hunter just got away with it or whatever. And so this is when my dad was picking me up. Mrs. Jones had me by the forearm and was just yanking me towards my dad's van. And so she opens the door. She throws me in the car, shuts the van, and tells this whole exact story. And my dad is trying to hold his laughter during this whole thing. And Mrs. Jones is like, "You need to punish your son." And he's like, my dad's like, "Will do."
Yeah, sure.
And as soon as we left, my dad was just like, don't do that again, but good job.
At least don't
imagine y'all
teach
just,
anyone else.
I imagine y'all just innocently burping and stuff, and then just.
Yeah, basically.
That is a 0 to 100.
It is.
But yeah, that was my story.
But here's the question: was the burp sick?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Word.
Doesn't matter.
we were
Can you
belching
burp on demand now for us?
right now. I don't know.
You're a shy burper?
Well, what is he, shy?
Hey,
There we go. I still have it. All
Oh,
he still
Thank
got
you.
it.
Still
All
got
right,
it.
Kemper, you're up.
right, Kemper.
God. So I don't know if mine's more funny or just trauma inducing.
You tell your
So-
therapist. either
So
way.
funny, yeah.
I should. So I used to go to this summer camp that I don't recommend. My parents are still sort of big like Christians, so they sent me to this summer camp called Summer's Best 2 Weeks, and it's where you stay overnight for 2 weeks in a cabin full of 10 other boys your age, boys or girls your age, ran by 2 camp counselors per
Or
cabin, which was
girls?
yeah, girls were on the other side of the.
Oh, they weren't co-ed bunks. I
No, they weren't co-ed. More
Damn,
like,
that would have been a lit summer
Damn.
camp.
yeah. So, it would have been right, but so it's ran by, and then you got like 2 college-aged kids running the camp, like running each floor of the cabin of like you and 10 other kids. So there's a free activity time that's like 2 hours long. And so I'm doing it, I'm just having my fun time. And then I hear there's like 10 minutes till main assembly, which is
activity
where
time.
every person in the camp, around 300, 400 kids, all in rows, can see everyone. You can see everyone no matter what pew, whatever you're sitting in front of a big stage, right? And I'm like, well, fuck. I ate too much, or like I ate the wrong thing at the cafeteria whenever we all had lunch. So I am like, oh my God, I'm gonna shit my pants. I'm all the way across the field from the only bathroom that's by the cafeteria. So I'm like going, and I'm like, dude, this is gonna be the squirts. So I'm like 8 years old. All right, give me some slack. I'm like 8 or 9,
Okay.
and I shit a little bit in my pants. All right, but I can still recover. All right, I can still recover.
All is not lost.
It's been worse. Almost not lost. There's been worse for sure. So I'm like, I go down to the nurse station. I mean, like, it's by the nurse station where the cafeteria is. And there's a line of 2 people waiting outside for the only bathroom.
Oh no.
And I'm like,
That's
are you guys almost done?
Oh,
Please. And they're like, no, not yet. So I try to go back to the cabin, my cabin, where there's another bathroom, because I'm like, I have to go bad and now. And there's a person in a lawn chair just watching all the cabins, making sure no one goes in. So I can't go in the cabin without anyone else's permission, or like without a counselor. And I'm like, I don't even know where the fuck my counselor is in this massive camp. So I can't go in my cabin. I go back to the nurse station. I'm like, this is bad. My I like curl up on the ground for a second because my stomach's hurting so bad. So I go into the nurse station where the bathroom is. Everyone's already gone, finally. And then I pull my pants down. I'm ready to like let loose. It's just to get you like some
Set the
aesthetic
scene.
of this room. It's all concrete floors. This
Aesthetic.
room's all concrete aesthetic. Yeah, it's all concrete floors, concrete walls, all right? The toilet paper is thinner than paper and feels like sandpaper.
Nice.
But on the way, as I'm pulling my pants down, my ass unclenches and I shit all over my shorts. I I shit on the way coming down, and I have a pile of shit sitting in my shorts. I'm like, and then I'm on the toilet, and I'm like, I can't even fucking go now. So like, I can let some air out and stuff, but I fully shit my pants. All right, I get all of it cleaned up.
While you're like the toilet is right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Finish line was right there.
You see some, like, so the fucking ground's all wet. You see brown everywhere. My ass is my ass and like my bottoms on my thighs are covered in shit. it's all liquidy. I try to see if there's fucking toilet paper, right? There's no fucking toilet paper. There's no fucking toilet paper. And I'm thinking, is there any worse way? If this happened to me today, I would debate killing myself if this happened.
Oh man.
I would actually think about killing myself if this happened to me today. So I get the car. I have no choice. I get the cardboard roll, right? I try to wipe my ass with the cardboard roll.
No.
And it doesn't wipe it. It doesn't soak up anything. Nearly anything. So I'm like, and then I hear people knocking on the door. The nurses are like, okay, we got to go to main assembly now. Every person in the camp has to go to main assembly.
No.
Right then. No one can go back to the cabin. I stick the fucking cardboard thing in between my ass cheeks.
No.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be better.
Why?
I don't know. I stick it in between my ass cheeks because I think it'll be like less wet or something. I still have like a whole back of my shorts. Like I'm wearing sports shorts that are like red, and you can see it be wet completely on the backside. I go to main assembly. I'm in the third or fourth front row.
Ew.
I have 400 people.
Oh, F.
And I'm sitting down. Everyone's about there. Everyone's about to start. And the person behind me goes, "Oh my, oh my God, what's that smell?" And then this being like a 10-year-old kid points out at my ass and goes, "Oh my God, it's wet. What the what the hell?" I stand up in front of everyone, and I'm the only person that runs off the scene back towards the cabins.
Oh my God.
And I throw my shorts in the woods, and I am traumatized. I take a shower. I'm traumatized, and that's what happens.
You should have taken the fucking cardboard roll out and thrown it at him.
Yeah.
So, most embarrassing story is probably shitting my pants in front of 400 people.
Oh my God.
I will admit though. I will admit though, like no pun intended, the shittiest feeling is having to shit so bad when there's like no bathroom around, or like if the bathroom's locked. That's like
so
the
bad.
worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's just stress and anxiety inducing. I can completely agree. I've had a lot of close calls.
See,
I remember one time when we were all living together, I was just chilling, and like 12 o'clock comes by, and Kade just comes home. And usually he works like normal hours. And I'm like, "Oh, what's Kade doing home?" And he's like, "I shit my pants." Oh, okay, well, that's worth coming home.
Yeah. That fucking sucks.
Should we just have a topic where Kade tells all the in his pants? I remember there are way more stories than there should be.
There are plural. It's like multiple shit pants.
Shit pants stories.
Oh man.
It's like the cheese fry story for me, if I've ever told you guys that.
God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Are we transferring to shit stories now?
I can give you one time I almost did.
I have a lot of time.
Well, I think honestly, we can we can just keep going and
We're
going
gonna
on
tease
this.
the shit
We're,
stories.
we're teasing it for the next episode for sure.
Podcast.
We're all gonna shit ourselves for real this week.
Stay tuned.
For the content.
One of us might shit our pants on the air. You don't know.
Follow our OnlyFans and find out.
Oh no.
I do love before we
It's
go.
gonna be a $50 buy-in to see the video.
I
If you
do
will
love.
The
pay
Blue
for that,
Yetis don't pay for
contact us.
themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Before we go, I do love how all of our embarrassing stories included shitting, an erection, 2 farting stories, a vomit story, and then Trimmy going deaf. So that's
some good
It was-
variety.
That's a journey.
It was
That's
more the
definitely a journey.
trauma of watching a grown man kick a door off a stereo system.
That sounds
The death part is the winning.
Kemper, you asked earlier how you story. That's how you follow my story. Holy shit, that was great.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
Oh.
very that's very
That was
embarrassing.
hilarious.
Well,
trauma for me.
That was tear-inducing.
whew, I'm trying to get the words out of my mouth.
I know.
Burps.
We breathe in.
I have another story about a Tide Pod bag, but
Stop.
that's for another.
I heard that one.
Later. That one's later. I love that
That's for
story.
another day.
We'll just have a
love that
shit
story.
play episode.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll have a shit episode.
100%.
Man, this was shitty.
Shit abyss.
This is a shit podcast.
It's a shit abyss. The shit wins.
Well, thank you guys for listening and watching on this.
Watch.
God damn it!
Thanks for
Cade,
watching.
just for the listeners, Cade actually wrote in our
Shit
podcast
episode.
group chat that we're gonna do a shit episode.
Shit episode.
I have plenty.
So it's coming, fans. If you give us enough likes, we will give you the shit podcast.
No, we need the piss and shit and cum episode.
Oh no! Make sure you guys follow
Give us-
our
give us
Insta.
a million give us a million watches on YouTube. I will shit my pants live.
Don't promise that.
Stop.
I'll promise it. We'll do it.
Promise.
Okay,
All right,
before-
a million.
I'm literally watching this back to back so I can fucking watch you shit on the air.
Refreshed 1,000,000 times.
I want to see the
Yeah.
Refreshes a million.
make sure you guys follow our Instagram at woke_and_weird on Instagram, and make sure you guys like and subscribe and share it to your friends, and you can share the shit stories with everyone.
Oh yeah.
Have your family join in too. You know?
You can follow me at Timbo Slice Pro at Instagram.
Thank God we saved these stories for last. You can follow me. You can follow me on Twitter at Goody
Are you sure you want to put your real name out there now?
No, not sure. At Goody Bags _ bags with a Z. And you can follow my esports org Empire RL. Yeah.
Follow me
Oh,
at DJ Pop Daddy Downs or be a bitch and don't. It doesn't matter. You can pick.
Wait, last week you were saying don't be a bitch and follow, or like if you follow and be a bitch, unfollow.
Don't follow me.
What are you trying to?
Don't do
I'm
it.
At
confused.
the end of the day, I'm gonna get canceled pretty soon anyway. It doesn't matter if these people follow me. Go out and do something with your life instead of follow someone on Instagram. Like 200 followers. What are you gonna get? Like, oh, cool! An interesting tweet about something stupid. Don't
I
follow.
think
me.
that's hilarious though. The white girls that have like 200 followers that have like all their like stories customized to be like cosmetics and like all that, and they have 200 followers and they think they're the shit and they post every fucking day. It's the funniest thing
Yeah.
ever.
What's your social, Kemper? Or your social media?
Oh, you can follow me at Reverse Grandma. I think I'm the shit. No, I
Well,
don't. I
fuck
really
my
don't.
social, I guess. That's cool.
What are you, Cade? Who are you?
See, Kay doesn't know what to do when I'm not telling everyone to fuck off, and he can't be the good guy.
Well, you could follow the good guy at Cade_runner2049 on Instagram, same as Twitter. So do that. You know, you can be a bitch. and I'll it's whatever. You know, I'm not gonna shit on you like Jake will, but you know, it's
I'll
whatever.
shit on you. If you follow me, I will harass
Tr- Trimmy, what's your social?
You guys want to be harassed? Check Jake at DJ Pop Daddy Downs.
you. Build a case on how
With
to
this
cancel
E.
me.
All right, Trimmy.
Oh, are we losing him?
Serious
I mean-
bowel issues, so I could shit at any time. You never know me. I'm a fucking wild card.
I love how his mic turns on just then.
Just then.
So,
Sure.
guys, I think we've heard enough about a lot of shit. So,
Thank
Thank you
you,
for watching. We appreciate you guys.
and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace. Toodles.
I'm going to fucking kill myself.